also done a million other dope shows and films.
I've done some cool
so
stuff.
we want to talk about a couple of them because they're really sweet. Brink. One of the icons of the 90s, Disney movie.
Yes.
I mean, Eric Von Dent was my boy back then.
Yeah.
You know, we did a bunch of cartoons together.
Did you?
Yeah.
He was a cool dude. He was a good guy.
We worked on a bunch of stuff together. In fact, real quick story.
Okay.
We did...
that haircut, though.
Right?
Ahead, yeah.
Wait, we'll get to that haircut. We will get to that haircut. We got called by our agent to go to Universal because Gus Van Sant was directing the movie.
Okay.
Now, Gus Van Sant was a big director.
Yeah, of course.
And we had to go and audition to loop this movie. So it was Eric, myself, and about 6 other actors. Gus Van Sant comes into the waiting room, asks a couple questions, takes some photos of us, and immediately books us and takes us onto the stage. So it's Eric and I, and we're on this big looping stage at Universal. And now Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are there, but I had never seen any of their movies up to that point. They had done, you know, a couple of the movies with Kevin Smith and a couple other projects. I hadn't seen them, and they had shaved heads because Ben Affleck was working on Armageddon at the time.
Okay.
So Matt Damon comes up to me, and they look like kids. They look like, I mean, I was younger than them, but I thought they were the PAs.
Right.
So Matt Damon comes up to me, and he's like, hey, thanks so much for doing this. And he's like, can I get you anything? And I'm 16. I was like, I'd love a cappuccino. So he's like, all right, cool.
You did it.
Swear to God. So he runs, gets me a cappuccino. I'm like, man, this PA is amazing.
Wow.
And they brought us in. We looped the scene where it's a basketball scene and there's a fight that happens. So Eric and I are like playing these kids who are on one side of the basketball, and we run over and we get in a fight and we're beating them up, and we're using Wicked and all this stuff because it takes place in Boston. And so we're there for a few hours, and of course, the movie comes out and wins all these awards. And I was like, wait, that was Matt Damon and Ben Affleck who got me a cappuccino. But so I've known Eric for
really
years.
went through the ranks fast.
And then we went to go do like voiceover stuff. So what was it like? How was working on that movie? I mean, that movie is iconic for 90s kids.
It's funny because it was an offer.
Really? No audition?
Yeah, I didn't have to.
Damn, you were famous. I've never had offer only.
Got it. See what? Yeah, I've had a few.
Well, if you didn't insult Matt Damon, maybe.
It's true.
There's that.
True.
I didn't really know what I was getting into. My agent said, "Hey, can you rollerblade?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Some people are interested in you for this movie." I was like, "All right, cool." First thing we did was we got our rollerblades and we had to work on the ramps. We had a place down at Venice Beach where we were practicing.
So wait, when they asked you, like, can you rollerblade? Were you like, yeah, I've been on rollerblades before, or could you actually do?
I could not do the tricks. I wasn't. I didn't do ramps. I didn't know that kind of stuff. But I was athletic and adventurous.
Right.
I mean, like
You're a dancer. You do it all.
I'm
If
a
I could
dancer,
flip on the ground, I could
put on some
rollerblades.
rollerblades, and I'm good to jump around and jump over stuff or whatever. I was cool with that. But no, the level that the movie portrayed was like X Games.
Yeah,
for sure.
I definitely wasn't X Games, but we were working with those guys. They were teaching us how to do ramps and so forth and so on. And some of the other actors were actually pretty decent. So that was fun. And I just remember Eric Von Detten, who was a really cool guy, such a sweet guy. And he's like, bro, I think you're cool, man. You're always trying to act older. And I'm like, actually 29 or 30, and he's 15. I'm like, this is crazy.
You're like, fool, I am older.
No, I'm like, I didn't even say nothing.
Oh, hell no.
I'm like, let's just roll with it.
That's
I'm like,
right.
yeah, bro,
I'm 15.
I'm just hanging out.
I'm cool.
That's how I roll,
That's hilarious.
It was cool. But everybody else on the set was actually literally about 15. So,
Really?
Yeah.
They actually, because, in our business, they usually cast older to play younger, which they did for you. You look young.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised they actually cast, like, legit teenagers.
Yeah, they did. It was SAG as well, so that was good.
That's good.
I feel like you'd still be cast as a teenager.
Yeah, you still look like a teenager.
It's kind of crazy because I don't think people know where to put me now.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they're like, well, he's definitely not a teenager.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, 30, 40, but I could definitely not play the age that
you
I
could
am.
play. You could play late 20s. I think you could play late 20s.
I played a little older.
Yeah.
I've done that at this point.
But we got to bring up this haircut that you had
yes.
on set.
Brink is known for its hair department. I think, right?
Yes.
Why did you have this haircut?
It was horrible. It was horrible.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. However, it was clean.
It was.
Right?
Clean.
It was clean.
It was very
But this is what happened. They had a makeup artist or a hairdresser who, Disney didn't have a lot of black actors in the shows. And so I get on there and I've dealt with that before on other shows that I worked on. So I'm like, hey, so, I need you to trim me up. Can you do it? He's like, oh yeah. No, I've worked with a lot of black actors. I got clippers. Look, I have the clippers with the adjustable handle. I had the guards. I got the one. I got two. So you got all the things. Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. I got this. I got to. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, all right, well, just like trim me up, just like clean it up a little bit for me. So he takes the clippers and he goes like this. And I'm thinking, okay, I see he's got everything. I'm protected. But instead of going with the grain, he goes straight up the middle against the grain. And I'm like, and I'm like, stop. I'm like, what are you doing? So he jacked up my hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so now it's all out of place and they had to fix it. So they kind of took a stencil and kind of sprayed it in.
They
a little
had
bit.
to.
Yeah. So it was like,
Oh,
it wasn't cute.
man.
It wasn't cute.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, I got curly hair, so they always jack my hair up on
Yeah.
set, but I've never seen one that bad.
I went home.
You win.
I was married at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
so
you
I
got divorced
went
because of
home-
it?
She's like, I'm leaving you. Now, I went home and I was like, walked in the house and I was like, babe, look what they did to my hair. She was like, I was so mad. I was so mad. But it wasn't the first time that people had messed up my hair on set, but it was.
It was like
it
they
was
gave
tragic.
you like
That was
a
pretty
reverse,
tragic.
like a reverse receding hairline. It's like,
Yeah.
how does it look like you have
Right?
more
Right.
hair than?
I got
Oh,
just
man.
take off all the.
Like
the
we're just like we're gonna
sides.
remove your whole forehead. Too.
It was like it's
yeah,
a bowl
it's-
cut. Basically,
yeah.
it's a bowl cut.
But this is, I mean, an iconic movie.
It is an
Iconic
iconic
movie, so-
luckily, you don't see me like that very often. Like,
No.
that's the one shot.
You
The
look
rest of
pretty
the time,
dope
I'm
in the
wearing my
movie.
helmet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. And then I break my leg,
right, exactly.
which sucks. But I was the catalyst to change. So I was the one who told everyone that, man, don't take this from Val no more, man. Get out of here, bro. Like, and then I left him. I was like, Shh. You want to get to him, you got to go through me. And it was like, oh, okay, well, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm a hero again.
That's
Oh,
right.
I like that. Yeah.
That's right.